Evga is best known for manufacturing high-quality GeForce add-in cards and power supplies for desktops, but the company also dips its toes into processor cooling, peripherals, and more. Evga introduced its first gaming laptop in January of 2016, and as our Evga Sc17 1080 laptop review found, the newcomer has a lot to offer. As the name implies, this $3,000 laptop is built around NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1080. This isn't the recent Max-Q version designed for tight enclosures, but NVIDIA's original chip tweaked for thick, high-performance notebooks. Backing the GeForce GTX 1080 graphics chip is Intel's Core i7-7820HK processor, 32GB of DDR4 system memory clocked at 2666 MHz, and PCI Express-based storage, all designed to provide the maximum frame rate possible in a mobile form factor. You'll play games on a 17.3-inch screen with a 3840 by 2160 native resolution, and NVIDIA's G-Sync technology. If you want a light show, shoot some fireworks. Visually, Evga's laptop sports a no-frills, black unibody aluminum design. There's no chassis lighting save for the illuminated Evga logo on the lid, and no multicolor theme giving it visual flair. For instance, Alienware laptops include a metallic, spaceship-like lid, and illuminated strips along its edges. Acer Predator laptops typically have a black and red design, while Asus laptops offer either that or, in some new models, a silver and bronze look. That's not the case with the Sc17 1080. It's an extremely solid, no-frills design. Just in the keyboard area alone, Evga uses the space wisely compared to what we've seen in other laptops, like the Alienware 17R4. For instance, Dell's laptop angles out to a point in the front, leaving a space of around 1.5 inches between the tip of the angled edge to the bottom of the touchpad's buttons. Meanwhile, Evga provides an indented laptop edge under its touchpad measuring around 3/4 of an inch, which makes the trackpad easier to use. Despite its full-size keyboard, Evga has crammed 3 speakers into the keyboard area, 2 rectangular speakers that are on the same horizontal line as the touchpad, and 1 long rectangular speaker running across the top of the keyboard. Overall, all hardware installed in the keyboard area is perfectly aligned, fit to be printed in a magazine. Connectivity. Along the left side of the laptop you'll find a handful of ports consisting of Gigabit Ethernet connectivity, 1 USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type A port, 1 HDMI v2.0B port, and 2 mini DisplayPort v1.4 connectors. On the right side are 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 Type A ports, a headphone jack, and a Thunderbolt 3 connector that also supports video output. The only other connectivity features to note are the laptop's Bluetooth 4.2 and wireless AC components, the latter of which can reach speeds of up to 867 Mbps. Easy to use, hard to keep immaculate. Despite the Sc17 1080's PC gaming origins, you won't find dedicated macro keys in the keyboard area. This enables a 16-inch width from one side of the laptop to the other, versus the 16.75 inches seen with the Alienware 17 laptop, which has an extra column of macro keys. The keyboard itself sports a clean, well-spaced design, and sits within a slightly indented area sporting chiclet-style keys. The backlighting is white only, which shines through the key fonts and spills around the keycap edges. 5 brightness levels are available, and is brilliant enough to highlight each key in a well-lit office environment when set at the brightest level. Meanwhile, the touchpad is an all-in-one input, so you won't see or feel the left and right click buttons until you press down on the lower area of the pad. It's a Windows Precision touchpad input device that feels precise and responsive. However, after a few hours of testing, our greasy paw prints were clearly visible on its smooth, dark surface. The same can be said about the black keyboard too, so expect to shut down the laptop every now and then to give it a thorough degreasing. Eye candy. Evga's Sc17 1080 has a gorgeous display. For starters, the screen hinge is recessed and hidden behind the top of the keyboard, so you don't see obvious panel gaps or exhaust vents. There's also no physical screen bezel that you can feel save for a tiny rim protruding along the edges. Many competitors, including the Alienware R17, Acer Predator 15, and Razer Blade Pro, suffer larger display bezels and more obvious hinge designs, which are definitely less attractive than Evga's look. The screen's colors are rich and deep at any angle, and you can't help but appreciate the benefits IPS technology brings to the laptop table. The Sc17 1080 ships with a native 3840 by 2160 resolution, too, so it looks extremely sharp. Our testing found the screen has a maximum brightness of around 300 nits, and a contrast ratio of 580:1 at its brightest level. That contrast ratio is just mediocre when compared to other gaming laptops on the market, such as the Razer Blade Pro's 900:1 level, and the Asus ROG Zephyrus 870:1 level. However, when it comes to color space support, the Sc17 1080 excels. It supports 98% of the Adobe RGB color space, which is excellent for digital artists. That's the same Adobe RGB color space support provided by the new Razer Blade Pro, and higher than most gaming laptops, including the Alienware R17 and Acer Predator 15. The Sc17 1080's color accuracy is decent too, coming in at an average error of 1.65. Lower is better, and anything below 1 is hard for the human eye to notice, so the Evga's score is not bad. Still, it falls short of what we saw on gaming laptops like the Alienware 15R3, and HP Omen 15. The Evga Sc17 1080's color accuracy did beat the Asus ROG Zephyrus, and the Razer Blade Pro. While the Evga's display isn't perfect, it does a good job overall. Its sharp resolution, wide color gamut, and precise color accuracy add up to a crisp experience, and the inclusion of NVIDIA's G-Sync ensures you won't see stuttering, screen tearing, or other unattractive frame pacing issues in games. The mediocre contrast ratio will be noticeable in dark games, but won't be overly distracting. Loudspeakers complement the attractive display. Complementing a great screen is a great audio system. Because of where the speakers are placed, the sound hitting your ears is phenomenal. Typically, speakers are mounted on the sides of the laptop, or underneath, which produces muffled, distant audio. But that's not the case here given audio is pushed up into your face. Even at their maximum level, the speakers produce clear, full sound without distortion. You won't hear weird vibrations or metallic audio stemming from sound passing through aluminum. Of course, the three-speaker system has its limitations. You're not going to hear thundering explosions. Still, the speak system is well-rounded for a laptop, and most people won't see need to hook up external audio. Beauty that's more than skin deep. Backing all this glorious audio and visual fidelity is Intel's quad-core i7 7820HK performance processor. Out of the box, it has a base speed of 2.9 GHz, and a boost speed of 3.9 GHz. It's a relatively new chip, so the only real competition we've reviewed sporting the same CPU is Razer's latest Blade Pro laptop. In our single-core benchmark using Geekbench 4, the Core i7 7820HK installed in Evga's Sc17 1080 scored 4,788 points on normal mode. One of the laptop's most intriguing features is its inclusion of 3 set-dock speeds, superclock, normal, and silent, which you can quickly cycle through by pressing the FN button, along